Alright y'all, a little excursion update before the trip. Got it in here, pulled the drive shaft, started hearing the noise, sounds like U-joints, so better now than out there, so we can get those taken care of real quick. Hopefully that's it. I got the grill off. I put these fans in on the condenser, about to wire those up. About to wire those up. Anyone knows these 6073s can have an issue. Sometimes it's just a fan clutch. But I see a couple of design flaws. But anyway, idle and low speed, there's not enough air across the condenser for the AC to really cool off. So put these fans on it to push air across, and hopefully it'll stay cool when we're out in the desert or even down here in the humidity of South Louisiana. But also, while I got that apart, got this 14-inch light bar and these two little pods from the old freight we're gonna try and put in there. I added a switch panel, and no, this ain't the permanent mountain spot. I just put it in there for now. I might put it somewhere else, but it's also Bluetooth to the phone and all. But and wire those inner fans up to that. Then we might move on to building a roof rack. Not 100% sure yet. It'd be nice to get a roof rack done before then, and maybe a axle swap. Not sure. All right, so we got the lights in there mounted up. I'm gonna have to aim them better tonight, but they're in there, they work, they come on. Didn't have to change the fans because they were still good. It was just a relay, so I halfway rigged that up for now. I was gonna redo all of it with a new fan, but anyway. Oh, the other good thing I forgot to add was got a 320 amp alternator on there also. So all this is gonna be plenty of power now. Before, the stock type alternator wouldn't even charge the batteries half the time. It stayed around 12 volts running down the road, less idling. So now it's 13 to 14 volts idling and 14 and a half running down the road. We should be good. Hi, Landon. Okay. But on to doing the U-joints now. All right, y'all. Good morning. Well, good morning for me and little man. Being that, gonna take a trip and the excursion and all. But first, we gotta get it ready for the trip and the type of trip and so on. So right now it's 6:20. We've been on the road just over an hour. probably have an hour and 20 left on this trip. We are headed to get something, to pick something up, the parts truck, to hopefully obviously get some parts from, and put up under this excursion, which y'all will see that in a second. We're headed to the Alexandria area. So far, it's another nice morning in South Louisiana, but I'm seeing clouds up ahead, and I sure hope we ain't got to load this thing up in the rain, but I guess we'll find out. So I'm not going to bore y'all anymore with any of this driving or anything, so we'll just get to the truck and get it loaded up, and after we get out of there, I'll go over what we're going to do with it. So here we go. So, yeah, there's no sound to this right here, so I guess I'm going to do a voiceover, which I'm probably not too good at, and this is going to be unscripted, but it was connected to the CarPlay in the truck. But anyway, I'm just going over showing the truck that we got, saying how we're going to use the front axle, which is a Dana 60, Super 60, versus the Excursion, which is a 50. We're going to use the stock radius arms and convert it over to a coil spring, which will allow us to get rid of the spacers, have a tighter turning radius, Dana 60, so there'll be better parts to use, and so on. And later on, we're going to modify some of this stuff to let us have better articulation and all that. But for now, we're basically going to use the stock stuff other than a spring change to get a little bit more ride height out of it. But yeah, other than that, the factory F250 springs will pick up the Excursion about 2 inches, so we're going to have another 2 to 2.5 inches, so we will be a little bit over 4. Well, of course, my good luck strikes again. Just a little ways from the house. Lost the trailer tire. Got a spare. But it's the one time that I don't bring a jack or any tools, so I guess I'm just gonna sit and wait a minute. At least I got the Starlink, and I got something to watch while I wait, so there's that. Hey dude, you enjoy your nap? You lost the tire on the trailer, buddy. Alright, we're back on the road again. Thanks to Alan for coming and bringing a jack and some tools real quick. So yeah, we're heading back to Denham. Hopefully we make it back these 20-25 miles without any other issues, and go from there. Alright y'all, it's the next day, back at the shop. I'm gonna start getting this thing apart. I'm stuck doing it outside. It's nice, sunny, hot. You know, all the good stuff you like to work in. Just they're busy in the shop today, so I don't want to take up no room because I'd have this whole trailer and all that. I'm gonna do it on the trailer because once I drop it out, it won't roll, and I'll be able to take it out there in the gate and unload it. But if I did it on the ground, it'd be hard to get back up on this trailer without scratching the trailer all up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna set it down on some boards whenever I get everything out from under it, and I'll just be able to drag it off, reverse winch it, all that good stuff, and go from there. So that's why I'm doing it on the trailer, which hopefully it don't fall off and kill me, but if it does, then I guess I won't need to worry about doing this stuff no more. So anyway, I'll try and get some video of getting it out if I can, or at least along the process and all that. So, but here we are. It's a fun ride because it didn't have the shocks, and it's real bouncy, and it's not exactly the best load on this trailer. Trailer can hold the weight, it's just not distributed good, so it was a little sway and stuff like that. But apparently this front end's been freshly rebuilt. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get it out and see. It looks like it's got fresh sealant on the cover, but that don't mean nothing. This hub is destroyed though, this wheel bearing, so I'll have to put a wheel bearing in it, which is not cheap, and some axle seals. Hopefully it didn't screw up the axle too much, or I'm just gonna call it quits on it for right now. But yeah, anyway, I'm about to drop her out. Luckily, half of it's undone, so shoot, I really think all I got to do is unbolt the radius arms now on it and drag it out, and then I got to get the pitman arm out, pitman arm mount. Obviously, I'm gonna have to come in and get these rivets out on the spring perch, spring mount, whatever you want to call it, the radius arm mount, and drop those out and get it all cleaned up, and go from there. All right, well, I skipped a big section there. Now you can see the diff is out. Still gotta get the pitman arm mount, and then obviously the spring and radius arm mounts out. This thing was filthy. I got it pressure washed off real quick. I'll do some more cleaning on it, but for the most part, get all the gunk off. Obviously, y'all know about this hub, but I have to see what's up with this lock on it, because no matter what I do, it's not engaging. So I have to get that apart and see what's up. Shaft does spin when yoke is turned, so that's good. This one don't, but this one might be popped out of place because it's pulled out some, so we'll check on that. Well, it's trying to. Yeah, so it might barely be out of place. See, that one turns. So, yep. Next will be getting all that out, and then getting the rear, which the rear won't be as bad. I say that, knock on wood. Get the trans out the way, leaf spring bolts, drive shaft, shocks, brake cable, and she'll roll out from under there. I'll probably leave the wheels on there just to let it roll, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, so the driver's side spring pocket's off. We got the rivets done on this side, but it won't come off, so we're gonna try pulling it off. I gave up on the radius arm mounts. They're so much of a pain, I'm just gonna get some new ones. So yeah, don't judge us on this. That worked.
Yeah. Love it when
it ain't stupid if it works.
That's what I was about to say. I love it when a great plan comes together. Get out the road right quick.
All right. Well, I gotta get that off. Cool. All right, we're about to get these apart. I took the cover off of the rear. Fluid don't look bad. Had a little bit of surface rust on the top of the ring gear and stuff where you could tell it's just been sitting. Just moisture in the air. Everything under the fluid is as clean as can be, which, you know, I'll show you all that in a little bit. Going back to the good side and found out why it's not locking. It's because all it had was the cover on it, nothing internally. So, you know, go figure. Come over to this side, which I knew would probably be tore up, but the cover came right off and the actual hub itself stayed in there, which not looking too good. So 2 new locking hubs, that's for sure. It's a little rusty in there, but it should be fine. I mean, the wheel bearing's coming off, but the axle should be fine. We'll see. So about to pop the wheel bearing off and go from there, get the axle out. I don't know if I'm gonna pull this one or not yet. I mean, it seems all right. Seems tight. Apparently this one was just changed, but they didn't put the guts back in, go figure. But I don't know, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. The budget on this thing's starting to get out of hand on what I wanted to do. but that's usually how it goes. So get this tore down, and then go from there. So I can get a plan exactly what's needed. Then I'll come over here and I'll get the wheels. I'll put this one on jacks. Get the wheels off, slide the axles out, and check it out. I don't think it's going to need much, but you know, might put an axle seal, might put a pinion seal, even though it don't look like it's really leaking. It was filthy, but so was everything else under the truck. So I don't know if that's coming from the rear end itself or everything else under the truck, like the motor and trans, all that. But anyway, we might throw a locker in it, a Ford factory e-locker, and we might try to do that without changing anything else, just the carrier. We'll check it and see. Obviously we'll see how the bearings and stuff look. I don't want to spend too much time and money in it because I will be changing the gears in it later, because the 373s ain't going to be enough even with the 35s, but it might see 37, so we'll see. But depends on what the budget ends up being like on this one, on whether or not that gets the locker or not before the trip. So so yeah, that's what's left of the hub, obviously, of the wheel bearing, whatever you can call it. The axle don't look too bad. It's over here. Ooh, oh, that good diff fluid. Man, be wasting that money. Alright, y'all, I know I ain't got no video yet. I'll get some more as I'm putting these rear ends together and all, but got a little Starlink mount I made real quick. Just gonna bolt to the rack. Got the rack made other than expanded metal. Got the fuel tank made other than probably bedline it. And I gotta put the holes. But I'm a nut cert for the Starlink mount right there. So it can all come on and off real easy. And go from there. Alright, we're popping 2 holes for the nut certs to go in. Yeah, I can't do this with one. I can't put the bit in yet with one hand, so. Alright, so I already got 2 holes, but they weren't quite big enough, so. Didn't take much. Hopefully this thing's level. I just eyeballed it, who knows. Bam. Alright, let me get the tool and we'll pop those in real quick. So I can do this one-handed. Oh no, I ain't got enough. Alright, I gotta get some shorter bolts because it's only an inch by an inch and I don't want them sticking out. And this is just what I had, but y'all get the idea. It'll tighten up and the Starlink will sit right there just like that. And we're gonna do the same thing for the tank. So there you have it. Should work out. We'll find out. Gotta get up. Alright, so we got the carrier out of the rear, so we could go ahead and put the factory Ford electric locker, e-locker in it. And we were thinking on reusing the bearings, but yeah, they're pretty shot. So it's Thursday afternoon and I was trying to have this done this weekend, have both of these back together, not in the truck but back together. Still waiting on a bunch of stuff for the front and for the rear. So it's supposed to all be here tomorrow, but now couldn't really find any carrier bearings. Ford chose, our dealer that we deal with, chose to have 2 bearings and braces in stock, so we sent them an email since it was the end of the day to go ahead and put them on the afternoon truck tomorrow if they have them. If not, don't worry about it because I'll just have to wait till next week anyway. But I need that to obviously start setting up or rechecking the rear. I don't have any shims other than what was in it. Hopefully it's close. If not, I'll have to wait till next week for a shim kit anyway. The front pocket style auto locker was supposed to show up today, but of course it didn't. That's what I'm gonna put in the front. If it shows up in time. If not, I'm just gonna leave it open diff for now and get this thing built and ready to go back in. Where was I? Shit, Randall. But I know those pocket lockers, auto lockers, tend to bind up a little bit and don't want to disengage half the time or whatnot. But being that I have the hubs on the front, then obviously I can leave it unlocked on the hubs and it won't make any difference. I'm hoping this thing will pick up high enough where I can just back the Excursion up under here, because this rack is not light at all. And go ahead and mount the little feet that I made for it. We're gonna put these on the existing rails, bolt them down, and then set the rack on top, and then I'll weld them in place. Then pull it back off, get ready to paint it up. I got some more expanded metal coming to go ahead. I'm just gonna do the bottom. I ain't gonna do the sides. It'd been so much more right now, and I'm running out of time and budget, so we're just gonna do the bottom and call it what it is. Now I don't know why, but I know it's nothing to it, but something about it. I'm kind of proud of my little Starlink mount right here. That's just bolts on, but you know, the fuel tank goes here, and the Starlink will go right there. But I don't know. It's simple. It's a couple pieces of aluminum and part of the other mount that had the suction cups on it, but I don't know, something about it. It's whatever though. But yeah, I'm running out of time.